Virgo, welcome to your January 2020 Astro Update. It's Raina here. I really like January for you because for the majority of the month, the sun is going to be in a fellow Earth sign. And the reason that is so awesome is because that Earth sign happens to be Capricorn, and we're coming off of a solar eclipse in Capricorn around Christmas time 2019. So Capricorn for Virgo is your fifth house of romance, of creativity, of fun. It's the business that you own as well. January would be an awesome time to launch a business because the planets will all be direct after the 10th of the month. And there's just a lot of favorable energy for that particular endeavor in your chart. Now, of course, this is a generalized reading. This is one reason why that we were so obsessed about time of birth, because it really is kind of precise. And I'm sure that a Virgo person can appreciate details and precision. But I'm doing this because I don't feel like, creating three different timings for the different degrees in, in Virgo. And actually, even that would not be 100% accurate either. So that is really awesome. I think, in any way, I really believe that it's not so much, it's just the idea of having the sun in the same element as yours that will make you feel good regardless of what exact degree it's in. And we start the month not only with the sun and Mercury in that fifth house. So you may be even writing in a creative way. And what I mean by that is for those Virgos who consider themselves writers, whether you're published or not, it's just something that you like to do as an expression of your creativity. This may be a time when you're really your pen or pencil is really flying, and you're just like full of ideas. The sun being in that fifth house is a creative force, and having a solar eclipse there means that a lot of creative seeds may have been planted. On the 3rd of the month, Mars goes into Sagittarius, and Sag is a fellow mutable sign, so it squares off to Virgo, and it's in the area of home and family. And for some, Mars can be like just even like tearing down or what do you call it? Renovating a home, and you're renovating a part of a home like a kitchen or something like that. That could be one possibility. There could be a possibility for some people, if other factors are supportive of it, that you will have some kind of conflict with your mother. That's the 4th house as well as one's mother. Mars in the 4th can simply mean a lot of activity regarding a home. Even like if you're trying to sell a home, you may be getting it ready. You may be, trying to put it on the market, or, something that really requires a lot of energy on your part to make it happen. On the 10th of the month, we have a lunar eclipse at 20 degrees of Cancer. So Cancer is a favorable sign to yours because it is a sextile. It is, water, and it is 2 houses over. So this is going to be in your 11th house of hopes and wishes. So it is possible that some Virgo people will experience some sort of dream of theirs coming true that you have been working towards perhaps or envisioning in your mind, and now it has finally reached culmination time. And with the lunar eclipse, though, this can be a letting go, and it's something that is meant to be. There's like cosmic timing attached to it. And the 11th house can be friendships or groups, and so of any kind. So, for instance, let's say that you feel you've outgrown a certain cause that you have belonged to, and you no longer resonate with it. It may be like a time where you are thinking of doing it yourself, but other factors intervene and make it possible. Same thing like with your social circle. And it may be hard just typically to let go of a group of friends. And if that were the case, it would probably be because you have something that you feel the need to accomplish. And you don't feel like the people that you're surrounded by are really representative, representative, that's a word, right? Representative of the, the consciousness that you currently possess. I was just reading something about this. Boy, do I wish I could remember everything I've read, how to attribute things sometimes. But, when you're evolving, your friendships have to evolve as well. And in some cases, they don't. In some cases, you may have like such a bond, it's almost like they're family. But in some cases, they simply may not be where you're at the moment. And, sometimes I read those things, for women especially, trying to deal with female friends and how to kind of distance yourself from relationships that aren't really that satisfying for you anymore, or however you want to put it. And they have different tips. And sometimes depending on the person that you're dealing with, you can even just be straightforward and said, this is where I'm at. Sometimes you have friendships because you went to college with somebody, or if they were friends, or if they were the parents of the children that were your children's friends, and you just happen to have them in common, and now your children are grown up, and you simply don't have that kind of common thread anymore. It's really not that bad of a thing. In some cases, you can just be straightforward and say, I'm just going in different directions, and I find myself interested in things that I'm trying to find other people who share those interests. And I don't think the average person would take offense to that. I certainly think that people who are emotionally healthy would appreciate the straightforwardness. But, it depends on the individual relationship, I guess. So, on the same day that this lunar eclipse is happening, we have Uranus direct at 2 degrees of Taurus, okay? And Taurus is a fellow earth sign. Taurus is your 9th house. So your 9th house, you have Uranus there. And that may have some connection to unexpected travel. So, for instance, let's say you have gone into a different type of career. Maybe a flight attendant. I never thought of that, because that would literally be somebody who's on call, and they have to go to all these different exotic locations. But even if it's not something like that, You work at a company and it just so happens that travel is part of the job description, but it may be at unpredictable times. When Uranus is in that ninth house, long distance travel that is unexpected is to be expected. Okay, or that's a potential situation that may occur, and so there could be something along those lines, and maybe that's why you have to kind of let go of these friendships, because you're going to be far, far away. That's possible. On the 13th, Venus goes into your opposite sign, Pisces. So Venus has been in Aquarius for almost half the month, and actually since December. And this is the house of your workplace. This is a house that you rule, come to think of it. And that may be giving you a raise, because Venus can bring money to a particular house. It may be bringing you harmony within the workplace. And when Venus goes into a seventh house, that's very good for your committed partnership, whatever that looks like for you. Now, Neptune is transiting in Pisces in this particular house. And that can be tricky for certain relationships, while totally inspirational for others, because Neptune in the seventh house can indicate, maybe committing to somebody who's not that trustworthy, who's deceiving, who may be married. Watch out for marrying a bigamist, or somebody who has an addiction. But it can also be, especially when Venus goes into this house, it can be meeting your soulmate, or, who's potentially your soulmate. Maybe you've just met them and you're not ready to commit to them, but it could come someday. If you have been involved in a lawsuit, you may receive money from that lawsuit. On the 16th, Mercury goes into Aquarius. So now we have the planets migrating into this area that is connected to the house that you rule, the sixth house. Mercury there, this is also, like I said, the house of health, the house that you rule. Then the sun on the 20th in Aquarius, and then the new moon on the 24th at 4 degrees of Aquarius. So this is the house of health with Mercury in that sector. Diet may be something that you are experimenting with. Of course, this is January, and it's such a big month for people to make resolutions and change. But you're really looking into your daily schedule, Virgo, and you love to do things like this to really organize your life and see and be productive, because that tends to be your main goal, besides doing things that are productive and also have some sort of practical value to them. Some people they might have a very intricate daily schedule, but it's not really productive. It doesn't really make sense. It's not logical. It is too complicated. I could see you simplifying things, streamlining things to make your life easier and less convoluted, and to get more done. Okay, Virgo, that's what I have for you for January. I hope that you enjoyed this. If you'd like a personal reading, maybe a look at 2020, what's coming up for you personally, or love reading, whatever floats your boat, my website is renamoonastrology.com. The link is below. Take care. Bye.